Are you ready to laugh? Because today on The Scene with Doreen, I have legendary filmmaker, director, and producer, David Zucker. He's responsible for cult classics like Top Secret, Naked Gun, and of course, Airplane. It's celebrating its 45th birthday this year, and I can't wait to dig in. Check it out.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
2025 marks the 45th birthday of your hit movie Airplane, and to think it almost didn't happen. It was rejected more than, 200 times before it got picked up by Paramount?
We had a script, and it was turned down by every studio, and one guy happened to hear about it. His name was Michael Eisner at Paramount, and he thought, hey, this sounds like a good idea, a comedy on an airplane, and I'm sure he probably thought it was like Animal House on an airplane, but then, we came in and we told him, no, this is going to be a comedy without comedians, and it's going to be directed by not only a first-time director, but 3 directors at once. Yes. But it worked, and in fact, the scene that you played was on the first day of shooting.
Really?
Airplane. It was the I Am Serious and Don't Call Me Shirley, which became, a kind of a famous joke. Paramount had it in our contract because we were first-time directors that they could fire us after 2 weeks.
Oh.
So we scheduled our producer, John Davison, very wisely scheduled that on the first day. And Jeff Katzenberg from the studio called us up immediately and said, don't worry, you're not going to be fired.
You ever been in a cockpit before?
No, sir, I've never been up in a plane before.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
A lot of the actors who eventually signed on were kind of hesitant to come on.
Right, Peter Graves.
Yeah.
He, nobody had ever done this before. And, when he first read the script, he just threw it across the room, we heard. And he said, this is the worst piece of trash I've ever read. But somehow we convinced him to do it. And Robert Stack wanted to know who else was coming to the party,
Right.
what other actors were in.
Right.
Leslie Nielsen said to his agent, we found out later, don't tell those guys this, but I would pay them to do this movie.
Oh, well, I heard you didn't bring him on because he was not a comedian and you wanted somebody that was played it straight, but he sure liked to play around on the set, though, with fart machines.
He was a prankster, and so he brought a fart machine on the set, and pretty soon everybody on the set wanted one, and our assistant director said, hey, you can't, you can't bring these on the set anymore. People, when they try to imitate our style, probably less successful because they are not aware of the rules, the 15 rules.
I love this idea in Master Crash, a crash course in spoof comedy.
I wanted to do this Master Crash so that people know that there's an actual method to it, because people think this is easy, and they think that because you're a fan, you can do it. Well, the guy at my dry cleaners is a big fan of Naked Gun, but it doesn't mean he can make one of them. We learned over, 40 years, actually more than that. And we learned, not because we were so great, but because we made mistakes. And you learn through making mistakes about what works and what doesn't.
Make sure to go to mastercrash.com to check out David's Master Crash, a crash course in spoof comedy. Also, pick up your copy of his award-winning books, Surely You Can't Be Serious, The True Story of Airplane, and Before the Invention of Smiling, the incredible journey of the Zucker family from horse and buggy to indoor plumbing. And of course, follow David on Facebook, Instagram, and X at The David Zucker.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
And if you want to hear more of our wonderful conversation, visit here. Watch The Scene with Doreen here at the Daily Flash each week. See you next time.